YouTube, we're back. We're still here on our attempted country arc. And, what country arc would I be on if I didn't check out one of the biggest country artists currently, Bryan, when he drops an album. Now, sorry about all, I gotta get the bong ready. But, we're here checking it out. I'm kind of excited. I did listen to, I remember when his last album dropped, and I did listen to part of that, and there's a couple songs I like. I feel like this is the example people give when they're like, I don't like the new like poppy sound, but I fuck with it. You know what I mean? I think it's cool. I think a solid combination of newer sound and the kind of old school. I made a deal with the devil in a bar and and I ran down to six and. I mean, I think a solid combination in the world is important. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But he dropped this album here. Now, I will say, I think I'm going to be breaking this review up into multiple parts. I mean? I think I'm going to try to do 3 parts. I think we'll do 10, 10, 5. I mean? We're going to do 10, 10, 5. Just because, like I said, it's the beginning of my country arc. And 25 songs. 25 songs is just a lot of songs for any album, let alone a country album, where I feel like the country songs tend to be longer. But also, I'm looking at it, and it's... Some of them are longer, some of them are kind of like the same. It's like about 3 minutes, like kind of like a rap song. So we'll see. But I might just do 2 parts. Like I said, we'll have to, we will decide in a moment. But like I said, I'm just excited to get into this right here. I actually didn't even realize, I don't keep up enough to know. I'm also realizing I grinded all that weed. I already had the bong packed. Didn't even realize. But what was I just saying? Oh yeah, country music is not something I was keeping up with a lot, but I remember when Bryan was blowing up, especially at first, he was so big, it was almost undeniable to hear about him or hear what he was doing. You know what I mean? Like, it was almost similar to a Morgan Wallen effect. Not as much, though. I mean, Morgan Wallen, for a minute there, in the South, he was like Michael Jackson. In the South, he was like Michael Jackson. I say that to people, and they're like, nobody's like Michael Jackson. I'm like, no. Because Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson everywhere. Like, he had people passing out. But in the South, Morgan Wallen was bordering that level of fame. But I mean, that's not the same as literally going anywhere on the planet and being like, "Oh my God, is that Michael Jackson?" But it was wild for a minute. It was pretty wild for a minute. But we're here, and I feel like Bryan, it wasn't as crazy, but it was similar. Sorry, that's what I was saying. And he had the whole Brianna chicken fry thing. I don't really know much about. Then I was into Barstool for a minute, and then only because I think Dave Portnoy is funny, but like I think too many people go to him expecting like a moral standpoint, and I'm like, bro, like he's still almost a billionaire gang. This is the type of dude we gotta realize. Like every time he gets on the internet is to make bread. Everything he's doing on the internet is for straight cash, and he's got enough bread. He don't really give a fuck. So he just gotta look, laugh, and be done. That's how I feel about most people that get a ridiculous amount of money and they're coming to the internet for more money. Like, it's like, you can't take them too serious. Because they're not here on some serious shit. Sorry for my little rant. But let's hit the bong and get into this motherfucker. I will say the fact that he has wine bottles engraved with his enemies' names, that is funny as shit. Undeniably, that's funny as shit. If I get a lot of money, I'm going to do that. Engrave my enemies' names in wine bottles and drink them whenever they have a downfall. That's funny as shit. Undeniably. Whew. One day want to go down. Alright, but let's get right into it. First song, Downstream.
Bought a house from a man in New York. This house had 4 small apartments in it when he got it in '78. Said he had seen children grow old and elderly people die in each little apartment. Said he didn't change the wooden floors for 16 years because he knew where each scuff came from. We talked for a bit and he told me everything had gone downstream from him. That cold water of his life had gone up his back, down his front, and around his legs. That before he could drink any of it, it had already passed him by.
It's an interesting story. I like to believe it's real, But yeah, it's an interesting story.
I went home after drinking with him a bit, made a pallet and a fire on the floor. I closed my eyes right there in the middle of one of the coldest nights Manhattan had seen all winter.
Mm.
I imagined my dog Jack and me back home, cutting through some Oklahoman landscape of greens and moisture and heat and finding some stream running right there in the clearing. He jumped, chasing something naturally, and I just let that water run past my shoulders, under my neck, and down to my feet, and downstream. Every good and bad thing that ever happened to me floating downstream. They're just floating, the Tulsa bars and all the throw-up in them, the ducks we killed, the fights we had, the New York 3 a.m.s, the piano through my neighbor's wall, and the Italian restaurant voices mashing together through the opposite one. My mother's couch, I sang her songs.
It's a cool reference right here, Just sitting thinking about everything that happened through your life just flowing down the stream.
The African desert heat running from the police in school with my father's soul and pride. They were just floating by, every woman I had ever loved and every man I had ever called a brother. The New Year's fireworks and the July 4ths too, every failure and every ugly little victory. Screaming off the Grand Canyon and hearing one of my best friends had gotten into a wreck under some cold, dark western sky. My sister laughing. The streets of London, and my band playing sweet notes in 100,000 people. I took a big gulp and wondered if all that water led to more streams, and those led to some big ocean somewhere. Prayed all that suffering and all those belly laughs led to some big ocean somewhere. As soon as I took that big gulp, my eyes opened to a fire in that living room. The fire department came, and hydrant, filthy New York water was going up my back, down my front, and downstream. And so are we.
I think that was a cool way to intro it for sure. You know what I mean? Just kind of like talking, setting, it really set the vibe. You know what I mean? I feel like I get I could be wrong, but I feel like I get a general tone of what the album's gonna be. Kind of just like a reminiscing of his life in a way. But let's get into song number 2, Runny Eggs. Which personally, I don't love my eggs super runny. It's just, it skeeves me out. Unless I got toast. If I got toast, it's fine. I'll just soak that bitch.
I'm not even gonna run with the bulls. I'm gonna jump on the motherfucker's back and ride it. Why not?
When in doubt, ride the bull. Yes, sir. One thing I've been hearing more with listening to more country music is the harmonica. And I used to always clown on a harmonica, but I didn't realize that they really do be making this shit sound gas. They got some harmonica skills for real.
I'm gonna buy me a real fast car, drive to California with a heartless heart. Find a diamond in the desert with some real runny eggs. Tear down all the photos that are hung in my head. And I'm gonna book me a flight to Pamplona, take a horn to the chest like I'm back in Oklahoma. Found a lady with some big old Spanish eyes.
Hey, that's a nigga with some taste. Now, as my dog Toji would always, not Toji, I'm dumb, Toto. As my dog Toto would say, you can judge a measure of a man by the type of woman he likes. And me, I like a woman with a large ass. Remember.
Found out we're all in a whole lot high. And I'm gonna play me a show to 10,000 in the middle of the snow in the Colorado mountain.
Oh,
Watch my father and my sister and my friends find peace. I'll sing the wrong damn song in the wrong damn key.
ooh. See, I fuck with that. The way he just, I don't know. And it, you know what I'm saying? You say the wrong damn song. That was fire.
But no matter where I go, I pray to always travel around and eat those runny eggs and in a diner on the edge of California, Nevada. Wish I had known the good times back when I'd have had 'em. Stillman.
Mmm.
Watch Nate break his ankle after too many rounds.
Too many rounds.
After tearing Brooklyn to the goddamn ground. And now I'm gonna talk to God in some church after years, beers and fears and too much work.
One thing I will say about country music, damn, it makes you want to drink. Like cracking a beer right now would feel cold as shit. I don't got any in my crib at the moment. Try to take it light on the drinking since I smoke so much, but damn, I'll be damned if country music don't make you want to crack a cold one.
Tell him I'm sorry for the way that I am. And using his name before saying damn.
Damn.
And now I'm gonna buy me a real fast car, drive to California where the heartless are. How you thought you was a gentleman back when you was young. Maybe I'll find Jesus when the morning comes. Maybe I'll find Jesus when the morning comes. Maybe
I'll find Jesus when the morning comes. That was fire. Strong start. And it's been some real shit. Trying to find a girl with a big old Spanish butt. Real shit, gang. But let's get into song number 3. Appetite. Appetite. It's giving me like Rocky vibes. I didn't expect him to come on with the strings and the horns suddenly.
I've been out and I've been drinking. Why am I always thinking of things that really matter, like twin towers and satellites? Everyone I know got older, told my drunk ass to get sober, settle down and have some kids, be content with all the world. What if I don't want children to grow up like their father willing?
I was a little nervous it was going to be slow the whole time. Just because, you know, as much as I enjoyed the first song, an entire slow album's a little... Sometimes it can be hard to get through just straight. Especially, like I said, it's 25 songs. But, even though I'm breaking it up. But, immediately he just broke my worries. He got a faster song going on. I'm fucking with this. I'm almost fucking with this more than the Runny Eggs already.
Shit up and start a fight, themself up and appetite. Why am I in Northwest Arkansas playing shows for those who don't care about my money, buddy, and my belt so tight? I work myself up and appetite.
Ooh.
I've been out and I've been drinking, cutting up my life in sections. I say I gotta hack my age, shut the fuck up and get on stage. Together I pack my bags quickly, toothbrush, combs, and my dogs with me. Strong enough to handle this fame and other corny shit. 'Cause what if I don't want children to grow up like their father willing? Stir shit up and start a fight, himself up an appetite.
Ooh.
Why am I in Northwest
Arkansas. At all. Need rub in my no. for an appetite. Woo! Oh, he's already snapping in this bitch. Hold on, he's already snapping in this bitch. Like I said, it makes you want to crack a drink like a motherfucker. Appetite. Well, in fight, appetite. Ooh, down. That almost feels like a victory lap type song. Like you just play that. That's your victory lap song. You know what I'm saying? We just won out and we just got some shit. I gotta grab some shit. You know what? This album's making me. I got to. Hold on. The only elk I got left in my crib. I was gonna use it to ice my friend. I gotta crack some to this. I mean, it's just this drinking music. It really is. It really is. Let's get into song number 4, Deanne's Denim. Notice how I said I was gonna fuck around and ice my friend. I got a big ass one. Chugging the bro, getting iced with one of these is a bitch. Right? Getting a normal one, easy. One of these is a bitch. You can damn near Edward 40 hands these.
Dance in them dresses, got a dandelion scent that drifts with her. She rounds the door. Saw a photograph, if not from 8 and 10 years back, of a birthday cake with lit up 24. And I miss times I drank, cause I'd never overthink, and I never gave in to this Lord. You ain't Jesus Christ, cause you don't think twice. Sunday when you pass the liquor store. Time changes all you'll see. Did you become what your mama wanted you to be? And are you strong enough to stay away from family jeans?
Ooh.
Dan's denim was a stubborn thing. Dan's denim was a stubborn thing.
I'm not gonna lie, whenever I hear the name Deanne, I always think of Deanne from Seven Deadly Sins. Like, I just keep thinking of, like, her just wearing jeans. Like, she's a giant, if you don't know. So I'm just imagining a giant girl in jeans.
Well, I recall a letter that she sent to me on base when I was out playing the Patriot. She said she was leaving the house, headed out, and finally had the nerve for facing her. The jeans that her daddy left were working in vintage, and Proctor's daddy did the same. He said I could change my suit and tie, pray all night to Jesus Christ, but he'd belt my ass if I changed my name. 'Cause time changes all you'll see. Did she become what her daddy wanted her
to be.
Was she strong enough to stay away from family jeans? 'Cause sometimes denim is an ugly thing. Well, sometimes
Denim is an only thing.
Dan's in them dresses, got a dandelion scent that drifts with her. She rounds the door. Cleaned out the closet, found some closure when I threw those old blue jeans on the floor.
Ooh.
I cleaned out the closet, found some closure when I threw those old blue jeans on the floor. Cleaned out the closet, found some closure when I threw those old
jeans on the floor. I thought that song was cool, but I'm not gonna lie, I like the last 2 songs more. I do think that one was cool though. It's just, like I said, it's stuck in my head. Just imagine like a giant anime girl in like jeans. That is what I'm imagining, and her just like stomping around low key. Let's get to song number 5. Say Why.
I spent my last dollar on some courage I can buy. 40 ounces of it at some truck stop in Ohio. Spent 14 days walking and another 40 high. Just for you to give me 40 reasons for goodbye.
Oldie.
Spent 14 days drying out and 40 days sober, smoking cigarettes and quoting Bible verses on the sofa. You said all's not lost, just an eye for an eye. So I carried my cross to the bar last night. Say why?
Ooh.
Say why?
Say why. Say why. I will say normally I call it out for lazy writing when someone just starts saying the same thing over and over again. But I'm fucking with it right now, so I'm gonna let it slide.
I spent my last dollar on some courage I could buy. 40 ounces of it before you tell me goodbye. Still run 40 hours and I drive 40 more. 40 days.
40 door.
40 ounces, 40 minutes, 40 days and 40 wait. 40 reasons that you're leaving and 40 more to say. Say why?
Say why? Say why? Say why? Say why?
I spent my last dollar on some courage
I can buy
40 ounces of it at some truck stop in Ohio. Spent 14 days.
49. Like I said, normally I'd call it out for the little bit of lazy right, but it was some gas. The verses were fire, and when he was doing the say why, the instrumentals were cracking. They were cracking. But damn, let's get into song number 6, Drowning. Whoa. You just gonna name a song Drowning? Hold on, because how you gonna name a song Drowning when we all know? This is Over Drowning with a... Yo. That's some mystical shit. That's some mystical shit if you ask me. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, see, whenever I do drink, my eyes water. Like, I'm actually not crying. Like, genuinely, my eyes water like a bitch every time I drink. That makes it sound like I am crying. If I was crying, I would just say that. Right? My eyes just water whenever I drink. Save me. Ooh. How they... Damn, drowning just a lover's chore. That feels very scorned. I'm not gonna lie. I get it. Like, I'd be lying if I said I didn't relate to it. But sometimes when I think like that, I do and try to immediately think to myself, I'm like, that is a very scorned view of things. And maybe I should try to work through that. But this also is probably his way of working through things.
Sing me into every single secret you're keeping when your heart can't go
I wonder who's doing these background vocals, because those are also fire.
on. I'll be there to carry a song. There God goes turning creeks in the rivers of white snow. As you grin out the window into our front yard. I ain't never been this deep before. And the more I sang, the more
Alright.
from the water line to the ocean floor. I say drowning's just
Some of us cool.
yeah, I say drowning's just the lover's chore.
Like I said, it is very scorned, but like the way I relate to this sentiment and like can 100% see how anybody can get there, because oh my god, once the relationship starts getting really bad, it really just feels like you're just fighting for air every second. Like when it feels like you step away from them and you're just finally can take a breath, that's when you should really know like it. Yeah, we just gotta we either gotta figure. I mean, we could talk about it or we gotta wrap this up, because this isn't working. Because you gotta think, if you're doing that, there's a good chance they are too, honestly. And you gotta like, accept that with yourself sometimes. I got it super low for you guys. I'm turning it up a bit. My bad.
Keep me under the water completely. Never wanna learn to
See, Lee.
You're the one holding me down.
It was a good song. It was a very good song. I do just hope he also understands, like, you know, maybe he needs to work through that, at least before he tries to get into another serious relationship, realistically. But let's get into song number 7, Santa Fe.
Call up
We don't talk about what happens in Santa Fe.
your mother, tell her that you're all alone with some sky out by Santa Fe, New Mexico. Thinking on Santa Fe, type of place that won't know my name. My grandma called just yesterday and say she loves the man I was raised. Grown so weary of all of this, and every day's a precipice. It pissed me off and pissed on all the friends I ever made. Call up your mother, tell her that you're all alone with some sky.
Ooh. He said, call up your mama, tell us that you're all alone. Hold on. What's he talking about?
And every day's a precipice. It pissed me off and pissed on all the friends I ever made.
Call up your mother.
Tell her that you're all alone with some sky out by Santa Fe, New Mexico. Open, broken, you can find yourself back home. Home is broken, drunk and dirty on a desert road.
Once he pulls out that violin, he starts snapping. I don't know if it's a violin or whatever the strings are on the instrumentals. Once he pulls them out, he does start snapping.
Well, I've been to Santa Fe before. Drank a million beers at the Matador. Sleep in your jeans in the back of your camper, 'cause that's all you got to your name. Thinking no one again and never sing another song. Call
Up your mother,
tell her that
you're all alone.
some's got down by Santa Fe.
Hey, Mexico.
Open, broken, you can find yourself back home. Home is hopeless, drunk and dirty on a desert road.
Down and down. Your mother, that you're all alone.
Some's got down by Santa Fe, New
Mexico,
Open,
broken.
you can find yourself back home. Home is hopeless, drunk and dirty on a desert road.
Down, 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 down.
Thinking on to Santa Fe, type of place in my
My
mind.
name
Pissed me off and pissed on all the friends I ever made.
made. I was fucking with Santa Fe pretty heavy. Santa Fe was one of them. Santa Fe was some gas, for sure. I want to put on my country playlist. Hold on. See, I'm slowly building the country playlist, slowly but surely, But I'm fucking with that one for sure. I definitely get how that could be considered more of a pop thing, but I fucked with it. But let's get into song number 8, Skin. What's up with the boy Skin?
How do tattoos take to your skin?
Ooh.
Are you walking around Tribeca with him? Can you still smell that Wisconsin wind from that late October?
Ooh.
And are you gonna make an honest man out of one that doesn't understand the difference in a one-night stand and finding closure?
Ooh.
I'm taking a blade to my old tattoos. I'm draining the blood between me and you. I'm taking a blade to my own skin.
Who is it that he has matching tattoos? Does he have matching tattoos with multiple people or just one person? But I'm assuming he's talking about he's like literally getting the tattoos he had with people removed or covered up.
And I ain't never touching yours again. Yeah, I ain't
Never touching yours again.
How do tattoos take to your skin? Does your higher ground never sink in? Do you love people just to win when it's over? How do tattoos take to your skin? Do you still talk shit on all your friends? Me to take it all to the chin, this time stone cold sober. I'm taking a blade to my old tattoo. I'm draining the blood.
And me and you.
I'm taking a blade
Lay to my old hand
And I ain't never touching yours again.
again.
Yeah,
I ain't never touching yours again. You know, at first I was kind of thinking it's like a, yeah, nah, get away from me. I ain't never touching yours again. But like, now I'm realizing it's kind of more of like a somber, you know, it's the right thing, but it's a sad thing kind of wave. Also, still very real. He's approaching too real, man. Too real, gang. Chill out. Chill out, man. We're approaching too realistic. It's not actually bad, but nigga, I got the bottle on me. I got the weed with me. But I'm not trying to cry on camera, gang. You guys be getting me though, but I'm not finna do it.
I'm taking
The
a
blade to my old schools.
I'm draining the blood between
Me
me and
and you.
touching
Yours again.
Yeah, I ain't never touching
Yours again.
Yeah, I ain't never touching yours again.
Never
I ain't
again.
never touching
Yours again.
How do tattoos take to your skin? Are you walking around Tribeca with him?
Him.
Can you still feel that Wisconsin
Yeah, the
wind from
wind.
that late October?
Yeah, I thought that one was really good. Sometimes, you know, you think about the past and you're like, the way things played out was probably the right way for things to play out, but you be damned if you don't sometimes wonder, like, what if? Not even that you want that to be the case, but you just wonder, like, maybe. I do stand on the fact, don't go back, though. This is not a sign to go back. Stand tall. Right? It's not, see, and some people be like, yeah, we're continuing no contact. No, it's not no contact. It's y'all are just in different parts of your lives that don't involve each other now. If you did happen to contact each other, it would just be a regular convo. But, like, there's no reason for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Let's get into song number 9, Dry Deserts. Dry Deserts? Dry Deserts? Dry Deserts? Dry Deserts? Bro, low-key, I be getting confused. I know it's deserts. But I be getting confused when I read it sometimes if I'm going quick. Your boy is slightly dyslexic if I'm going quick. So I'll just be reading some shit like, desserts? And I'll have to go back, but deserts? Oh, shit. It makes way more sense. Like, what do they mean, desserts? Go back, wait. Oh, they mean like land, not ice cream.
Driving out to California, the night I met you, this bed of mine. The wind blowing through all those palm trees, shaking bodies under napalm skies. The kids and all their fucked up virtues know it hurts you when the party dies.
Ooh.
Would you cross dry deserts, babe? Would you cut the pines? Would you swim up a river when I'm surely on your mind? And you're always calming me.
Would you though? Would you cross those deserts? Would you swim upstream? Come on. As in Blueface's world, I need a golden retriever. I need someone always worried about the success of Dave. Nah, not for real. But like, this is, you know, real sentiment. Would you though? Like, if it was really light, would you though?
Virtues, know it hurts you when the party dies. Would you cross dry deserts, babe? Would you cut through pines? Would you swim up a river when I'm surely on your mind? And you're always calming me, only in these dreams, waking up the neighbors screaming in these sweaty sheets. And I've been on the road for so long, wanting a sad song that lasts all night. Whites and blues on big wide opens, the way I'm coping with passing time. Would you cross dry deserts, babe? Would you cut through pines? Would you swim up a river when I'm surely on your mind? And you're always calming me, only in these dreams, waking up the neighbors screaming in these sweaty sheets.
And the riff right now is fire. No, I'm not gonna lie, he's snapping these last couple songs. He's definitely snapping these last couple songs.
Would you cross dry deserts,
Deserts, babe.
would you cut through pines? Would you swim up the river? Surely on your mind. And you're always calling me, only in these dreams. Waking up the neighbors screaming in these sweaty trees.
Would you cross dry deserts, babe? If you would cross dry deserts, hit my line at 888-8888. 888? Was that the right amount of eights? Nah, that song was right. Like I said, he's on a little bit of a run here. Right, let's see. Can he continue it? Can he continue with song number 10? Bad News. Bad News Bears. Would you cross dry deserts, babe?
Didn't wake up, dead or in jail. Some out of town boys been giving us hell. I got some bad news.
Oh.
Woke up missing you.
I feel like I heard this somewhere before. Was this the single or something? I feel like I heard part of this before.
My friends are all degenerates, they're all I got. Generational story of dropping the plot. I heard the cops came. Cocky motherfuckers, ain't they? And house is gonna come bust down to your door. Try to build a house, no one builds no more. But got a telephone. Kids are all scared and all alone. The boss stop bumping the rock, stop rolling the middle, fingers rising and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news, fading of a red, white, and blue. This
Said he got some bad news. I'm hoping. I think he's on the side of this. The whole. Fuck ICE, right? And if you're watching this and it's not fuck ICE, I am very glad to have you click off this video, right? They on camera murdered a woman. If you don't think that was complete and utter murder, again, very happy for you to click off this video. It's ridiculous. ICE is the National Guard being deployed on citizens, ICE being deployed on citizens. This is literally what the Second Amendment is written for in the Constitution. That's all I'm saying. Right? Because I've never been an anti-gun person because I'm like, we got them out here, so fuck it. And this is exactly what it's written for. That's all I'm saying. Tyrannical government.
I stop bumping the rock, stop rolling the middle, fingers rising and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news, fading of a red, white, and blue. This land's your land.
And trust me, it's not self-defense. It's the self-defense from a tyrannical government. That's just to clarify. That's what the Second Amendment is. Self-defense from a tyrannical government was the main thought in their mind. Because you got to think about it. They was like, the British just try to fuck shit up over here. What if we elect someone to just be on some British shit? I'm just saying, we low-key is starting to feel like we on some British shit right now. And we don't. You want to be British, nigga? British? Come on.
This land mine too. Is this all true, man? Or is it just bad news? Well, he said, she said, mirrors and smoke, her eyes turn red and the lips all old. Got some bad news. I woke up missing you. My friends are all degenerates, they're all I got. Every day on the news, someone else is shot. I got some bad news, fading
The
of
red, white, and blue.
I served 8 years just to be told that nobody cares and the land's all sold. I got some bad news. I woke up missing you. This land's your land. This land mine too. Is this all true, man? Or is it just bad news?
Bro, I also want to point this out. As much as I understand, like, policy on, like, immigrants and stuff, and, like, knowing who's coming into the country and everything like that is very important. You know, I've always just had a struggle to try to really understand the grasp of someone being like, well, I own this land, this extremely large body of land, and you cannot come in. You know what I mean? I kind of get like the idea, like, I can own this land and govern it, but it's kind of difficult to control who's gonna literally walk on the land or not. But it's just me. Cause don't get me wrong, I get you could defend a good couple acres. How big the U.S. is, like, I'm not saying it's right that there's illegal immigrants, but it's like, you know, the idea of ever completely stopping it is just unrealistic. You know what I mean? So I feel like the real idea is mitigate and create as much good out of the situation as possible. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the realistic option.
Giving us hell, I got some
bad news.
Fading of a red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Honestly, it is low key the fading of the red, white, and blue. Like, what? I'm not even trying to say. Them niggas are Nazis. Them niggas are Nazis. Them white house motherfucking Nazis. I'm not trying to just. You know, I'm trying to say it super clearly, but you get them. Them niggas are Nazis, bro. That's what I'm saying. Them niggas is Nazis. You know what I mean? But let's just move on. Song number 11, South Pine. South and Pine. South and Pine. I think I am just going to make it a two-parter.
The weather's hot, the sun is shining. I used to call a love of mine. That's why it is raining in my mind. And love and loss and light and straight, they all seem the same at night. Short and quick and never the same twice. But if you could see her now in a New York City gown, dancing with her heels on South and Pine.
Ooh.
And you know the way it goes, my honey. Fucking show for more blood money. Another day, go dancing in my mind. Another day, you're better off not mine.
Bro, an underrated quality in a girl is being able to dance. Not even being able to, like, fully dance. Like, you don't even have to be, like, crazy with it. Just a little bit of rhythm. And just able to have fun. You know what I mean? An extremely underrated quality in a person. Not even just in a person.
The weather's hot, the sun is shining.
Ooh.
Used to call a love of mine. That's why it is raining in my mind. But if you could see her now in a New York City gown, dancing with her heels on South and Pine. And you know the way it goes, my honey. A fucking show for more blood money. Another day you're dancing in my mind. Another day you're better off not mine.
It's also a good like note. This song is like really points out the fact of like when you're with a girl, what you end up remembering in the end, you don't end up remembering like the sex or like all the little like shit like that or like anything. You remember like the little quirks, the shit that you like made you laugh or just made you like smile naturally. I think that was a very good song. I enjoyed that. I'm probably gonna return to this at some point. But let's get into song number 12, Cannonball. Cannonball, jump right in. Let's jump right in.
We've come a long way since those drunk days on back roads. You and your high hopes always staying down. You always saw the best of me high in Yosemite. Now I'm driving through Reno, those goddamn casinos. You always kept God close, except that time you bet it all on black. Came back to the room with 20 grand. And you were smiling like a thief with your cheek tearing teeth. You was praying to Jesus, we was running from the police. They're using my muses to make fun of me. And your face up while your blood sucks from an IV. We spent it all on gasoline, PCH to Cannon Beach, laid in the sand, and man, I have never seen something more beautiful than you and your cannonball.
Like I said, it's the little things. You've never seen nothing more beautiful than you and your cannonball. It's the things that make you laugh, things that make you smile. Those are that's the part that you remember. The important parts, honestly.
And we've come a long way since that ship and at the Blue West. You said anything other than another fucking cover of Only the Good Die Young. You were smiling like a thief with your cheek tearing teeth. You was praying to Jesus, we was running from the police. They covered all the songs that are best kept alone, as your cannonball sits on Cannon Beach alone. And they're using my muses to make fun of me, and your face up as your blood sucks from an IV. And I never thought it'd be you, I always thought I'd beat you to the golden gates. Won't you wait a few hours there by the door? We've all been here before. But you stood up on your own. Your mom called my telephone, said you've been standing and rambling about gambling and howling out in the night high in Yosemite. You were smiling like a thief with your cheek tearing teeth. You was praying to Jesus, we was running from the police. They sold off the town we used to call home, and your cannonball sits on Cannon Beach alone. So call up your brothers, won't you take you a ride? There are cannonballs falling in the heat of July. So call up your brothers, won't you take you a ride? There's cannonballs falling in the heat of July. Call up your brothers, won't you take you a ride? There's cannonballs falling in the heat of July. Call up your brothers, won't you take you a ride? There's cannonballs falling in the heat of July. Call up your brothers, won't you take you a ride? There's cannonballs falling in the heat of July. Call up your brothers, won't you take you a ride? There's cannonballs falling in the heat of July.
That was good. So these last couple ones are really give me the feeling like it reminds me The things you remember about someone are just the little things. I think I'm getting in one of those drunk moods where you start getting nostalgic. See, I don't drink a lot, so it doesn't take much for me to get just a little tipsy. Let's get into song number 13, Slick Back.
Fell in love with a shotgun in my hands. If you were to say I'm honest, it'd be contrarian. But I've been working on myself.
This song does just feel like a pop song. Like it feels like there's like a band and like a little, some like wavy hair kid in the front. Obviously I know it's Zach Bryan, but like, you know what I mean? But I'll give it a chance.
Fall, 6 beers a week ain't bad. Little boring is all. You're so cool in my living room. And when you talk trash with your hair slicked back, when I get to heaven, can I bring my girl? She likes romance, good sex, music, and ruling the world. I'm gonna start a riot from the edge of my bed, 'cause I still see you in that pool hall in New York in my head. Used to know some folks who put it all online, but you paint landscapes in the evening time. 'Cause you're so cool in my living room. And when you talk trash with your hair slicked back, when
It's always better when you got a girl that can, you know what I mean? You can go back and forth a little bit and play. You don't always want to feel like you're walking on eggshells. That's the worst, when you feel like you're walking on eggshells the whole time. That should be ass.
get to heaven, can I bring my girl? She likes romance, good sex, music, and ruling the world. I'm a 7th-generation country boy. My father used red man tobacco bags as baby toys. I'm gonna start a riot from the edge of my bed, 'cause I still want you in that pool hall in New York in my head. You're so cool in my living room. And when you talk trash with your hair slicked back, when I get to heaven, can I bring my girl? She likes romance, good sex, music, and ruling the world. You're so cool in my living room. And when you talk trash with your hair slicked back,
I just also want to point out, we got a bottle timer on how many songs we're going to listen to. I'm thinking we're going to get to like song 15 for part 1.
when I get to heaven, can I bring my girl?
Ooh.
She likes romance, good sex, music, and ruling the world.
I like that one. It was smooth. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice little smooth song. But, sorry, I'm looking at something really quick. It's low-key my analytics. I'm analytics demon. Nah, it's not actually like that. I just want to know what people like. I want to know what people want to see. Even though also it's a combination of I'm just gonna listen to what I want. I didn't realize it's not. No shuffle. Get off shuffle. Where were we? We just listened to Slickback. Like I said, I like that song. He slowed it down a little bit. I mean, he's been slowing it down, but definitely slowed it down from. Dog, I'm just high as fuck right now. I'm struggling with words. I enjoyed the song. That's what's important. Let's go with song number 14. Anyways.
1, 2, 3, 4. You looked me in the eyes last summer. Said you hate all the pain I'm under.
Also, did he 1, 2, 3, 4 while the music was still playing? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, no, I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
You looked me in the eyes last summer. Said you hate all the pain I'm under. Told me to play your favorite cover of Between the Bars. Been feeling fucking empty lately. I wanna go and see the sea, but I don't got the gasoline to get that far. She said, don't stop now, still got that dreamer in your eye. Saw you back when you put.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna drop harder, and I'm actually really glad it didn't. I like what he's going with here. I like the direction he's going here.
Far. She said, don't stop now, still got that dreamer in your eye. Saw you back when you played West Virginia when you were too scared to go home stage, but played anyway. You looked me in the eyes last summer. Spending all of it in.
Bro, this shouldn't be the one that gets me, bro. This shouldn't be the one that gets me. I'm not gonna lie. It's just. My bad. I got a lot of big dreams. I've tried really hard to get there.
Underneath the covers, trying to hide from the world outside. And I ain't feeling empty lately. I'm gonna go and make them see. I'll always have the gasoline to get that far. And she said, if you quit now, you let those greedy bastards win. Somehow, how the time it passes now. They hate when you feel afraid and play anyway. So don't stop now, still got that dreamer in your eye. Saw you back when you played West Virginia when you were too scared to go on stage, but played anyway. Said he hate the pain I'm under. Told me to play your favorite cover of Between the Bars.
I need a second. Sorry, I'm a little stuffed. This is why I love music. You know what I mean? Sometimes you really do feel stuck when I hear music like this. I feel it very deeply. And I thought this was a really good song. I like this one. Obviously the most. Let's just do one more for part one. If They Can't Come Looking. Song number 15.
I'm gonna pick you up and head in his old pickup truck. We'll head down the Red River. Cross the line or two, catch us a brown or blue. Get your wife a flathead and dinner. And Dennis and boys get meaner just when the trees get greener. Soon as you cross them state lines. So if they come looking, tell them I'm on the run again, chasing the sun again out of my mind. They come looking, tell them that I died again, crossing state lines again, wishing I was home. Boys hang around the bend, watch when you're crossing them. They can smell the sooner from a mile away. They sit with 6 shooters on their chairs and their coolers and forget them things work both ways. 38 caliber leads to a massacre. I was a traveler last May. I beat him so badly, had to hide out in Jersey with my dog Jack and best friend Ray.
Very much a switch up from the last song for me, but like I do enjoy like the kind of storytelling vibe he's going for here.
Last May, I beat him so badly, had to hide out in Jersey with my dog Jack and best friend Ray. So if they come looking, tell them I'm on the run again, chasing the sun again out of my mind. They come looking, tell them that I died again, crossing state lines again, praying for more time. I'm gonna pick you up and head in his old pickup truck. We'll head down the Red River. Throw us a line or two, catch us a brown or blue. Get your wife a flathead dinner.
I thought that was good. Like I said, a little bit of a change up from the last one, but I did enjoy that one too. So far, this album is really good. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it a break for the last 10 because I think I need a breather anyways. But like I said, I really enjoyed this. I also just don't want the video to be like 2 hours. That's really what it is. But I really enjoyed this. I'm gonna be returning to this very quickly. I say tomorrow, but I might just record the rest of it later tonight. If I'm rating just this first half of the album, right now I'm floating in the 9s. That's what I'll say. I don't want to rate it completely to the end because there's 10 more songs. And it's like, you know what I mean? I'm breaking it up. So I will give it that I'm not getting like the bloated feeling because I am going to break it up anyways. But I'm floating in the 9s right now. That's what I'll say. But as always, thank you guys for watching. And let me know anything else you might want me to react to in the future. And of course, we'll be back soon with part 2 here.